Stress my phone for a sec. Today I'm going to be doing a DVD collection of most of my DVDs, but I'm not doing all. I'm just doing ones that I consider to be my favourites. I have quite a few more up top there, but the ones that I'm not including are ones that I haven't watched or ones that I just don't consider favourites as such. I have quite a number of DVDs today in the live stream, so without further ado, let's get this started. Another thing I will say is I will be repeating a lot of titles. So, for example, this Harry Potter one, I probably have more than one copy of. I don't know why. Sometimes I think I forget what I've got and then I'll buy like another copy. Without further ado, here's Deathly Hallows Part 2. A great final Harry Potter film, but far from my favourite, but still a very good Harry Potter movie, along with Part 1 of Deathly Hallows, Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, which I consider a bit better than Part 2, but both are good closing Harry Potter statements. So, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, I like this one more than the Deathly Hallows films. It's a lot darker in tone. This is probably the darkest, along with Order of Phoenix. Deathly Hallows is still dark as well. Well, in a lot of ways, darker, but I still think, along with Order of Phoenix, these are the darkest overall. Certain aspects of the Deathly Hallows films are darker, but I think overall, front to back, this, along with Order of Phoenix, are the darkest Harry Potter films. So, moving on, coming away from Harry Potter, these aren't in any specific order, so there'll be like lots of random stuff. So like a few Harry Potters here, a few Harry Potters there, a few Simpsons here, whatever. So next up, we've got Kingsman: The Secret Service. I did have Golden Circle as well, which I need to rebuy the second one. I thought the third one was shit because they took away Colin Firth, Samuel L. Jackson, and Michael Caine, which I thought made the films. And obviously the second one you had Elton John as well, which I thought brought great chemistry to the film, to the second one. But nevertheless, this is my favourite Kingsman film, with the second one being very close second. Hello to whoever just joined and then left. I appreciate it. It's that time of year. Everyone's busy. Only Fools and Horses. Heroes and Villains. So this is the Batman and Robin episode. I actually binged the whole thing a couple of months back, so I sort of slowly picked them all up separately. I did have the box set a while ago, but I ended up selling it. Not that I didn't like it, because I love the show. Hello to whoever commented. Hope you're having a good day. Next up, we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. One of my favourite Harry Potter films, honestly. It's the 2-disc edition with the bonus disc. And then Smallville. So I do have some later Smallville stuff up there, but I've just chose to go with the earliest seasons as they're my favourite. So season 2 here, a 3-disc DVD set. Some childhood favourites in here as well. So I've got quite a bit of SpongeBob and just some random stuff. I think it's mostly SpongeBob for the childhood favourites. So it's mostly cartoons I'm into now, like American Dad, Futurama, Simpsons. So lots of random stuff here and there. So SpongeBob Hide and Seek. This was one of the first SpongeBob DVDs I bought. This is obviously the UK edition. As I know, SpongeBob had a huge following in America too. Well, as it's American. Scrubs Season 1. Here's a show that I need to watch all the way from start to finish. They are all on ITVX if you live in the UK. Scrubs is a hospital-based comedy, I guess you could call it. But it's I guess it's comedy drama, but it's more on the comedy side. But yeah, Scrubs is good. I need to get more into these, along with the show House, which I'd quite like to see from start to finish. Scrubs I love for the first 5 seasons, but then it's not as good for me. But I still like Scrubs all the way to the end, and I do have season 7 up there. I need to rewatch them all at some point, but especially for the earliest seasons of Scrubs, this is the first season. So that's kind of cool. Here's a show I got into through lockdown, through COVID, through the global pandemic. Californication, the second season. I have season 4 over there, but I haven't watched it, so I can't really comment. I've seen the first 2 seasons. They're fantastic, especially the first season, which I kind of sold. I used to sell a lot of stuff to get drunk, so yeah, lesson learned on that part, because I'm regretting it now. But hindsight's a powerful thing, eh? The second season of Californication's great. First season's a little bit better, but they're both great as well. Mrs. Brown's Boys season 1. Here's one I got into earlier on in the year. It's a great laugh. It's a man dressed up as a woman, so it's quite entertaining. It's literally a bloke dressed up as a woman, though, the actor. So it's kind of cool. Here's another show that I got into more so through the pandemic. I always liked it, but I properly got more into it over the pandemic. All good here. Just thought I'd do a little live stream before Christmas, as I've been quite apprehensive because, you know, it's that time of year where, you know, it's stressful, let's just say. So I'm doing this like live stream, like, because I fancied it. Plus, like, I guess I'm just passing the time and trying not to stress about stuff. So plus I wanted to show you all my DVDs. But yeah, it's just that time of year, I guess. Skins season 4. They had 6 seasons in total. I only really like the first 3. Season 4's cool as well, but it's the final season from Skins that I own because I didn't like the final 2 very much, besides the odd episode. Gladiator, this is one of my favourite films of all time in any genre. Obviously, you had Gladiator 2 come out recently, which I was going to see, but I'd rather wait till the DVD comes out. But at least I have the first Gladiator film. Yeah, Mrs. Brown's Boys is pretty good, especially for the earlier ones. I know they're still doing them every year. I watched the 4th season that came out in 2022 a couple of months back, and it was okay, but I think the first ones are better. Breaking Bad season 1. Along with another show that we're going to get to in a bit. This is my favourite show of all time. Love Breaking Bad. Not for everyone. It's pretty messed up in places. Definitely very dark in tone, that's for sure. Mrs. Brown's Boys season 3. And I did say at the beginning of the stream before everyone joined that I will repeat copies of DVDs as I forget what I've got sometimes. So the first season of Mrs. Brown again. Amazing sequel right here to the first Hangover film. I can't remember if I have the first one as well. But yeah, The Hangover 2. This is one of my favourite comedy sequels and probably one of my favourite sequels of all time. It's a great sequel. I have some more James Bond stuff, but here's a couple of the classics. Casino Royale and Coruscant. I say classics loosely because they're modern, but I think they're great. So modern day classics. That's what we're calling them. And I've got a lot of early Family Guy stuff. So first season, second season. As I said, that these aren't in any order, just random stuff from over the years. Yeah. So we have Futurama season 4, disc 4. This has one of my absolute favourites. The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings. One of my favourite Futurama episodes ever. You also have Spanish Fry on here. Great episode. 300 Big Boys. A great episode. And the Farnsworth Paradox. I don't usually go through episodes, but these particular episodes of Futurama are very special to me. Love Futurama, but I do think they're dragging its legacy on with all these remakes. I like the first 4 seasons and the 4 movies. That's just about it for me. I've already shown this one off earlier in the video, but that's my other copy of it. Kingsman, Secret Service. Blade 2, in my opinion, the last good Blade film. I didn't like Blade Trinity very well, but I respect it. It's cool, but it weren't for me compared to the first 2. I think because the first 2 were so groundbreaking, especially the second one. It's actually my favourite Blade film. Blade Trinity, Blade 3, just didn't quite hold up, but I respect it. The Goldberg season 2. This was a really cool comedy based in the 80s, but like came out in like 2012. I need to watch more of them from the start. I have season 2 here, so might be worth watching it soon. I'm just going to ignore that comment. Only Fools and Horses season 7. And I'm going to remove that person for putting that comment because it's no one needs it. Just put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. There we go. Don't need them sort of comments, especially this close to Christmas. Only Fools and Horses Season 7. Only Fools and Horses Season 5. Love Only Fools and Horses. Doctor Who Series 4 Volume 1. This is when Doctor Who was still great. Respect to Doctor Who now, but it's not my thing anymore as such. Big Bang Theory Season 7. I have quite a lot of Big Bang Theories to go through, but that's just one of many. First of the American Dad DVDs that I've shown off. So the first season, the very first American Dad season on DVD. Season 7 of American Dad, really good season. The case is kind of fucked, but oh well. Funnily enough, there's a leaflet in this Simpsons DVD. I have this exact book, Beyond Forever. It's okay. But regardless, you got all the classic Treehouse of Horror episodes. There's just 4 on here, but some of the best Treehouse of Horror episodes land on this disc, especially Treehouse of Horror 5, one of my absolute favourites. Treehouse of Horror 7's great as well. You got some great Treehouse of Horror episodes here. I may have to rewatch Treehouse of Horror 11, as that's or 12 even on the disc. Yeah, Treehouse of Horror 12 is a good episode as well. Spooky GIF, yeah, to go with the Treehouse of Horror. I'm assuming that's what you did there. Very cool. I may actually put this one aside to watch later. Simpsons Gone Wild. I remember certain episodes on this disc, and I may also put it aside to rewatch. Homer's Night Out is on here. Classic, absolute classic from season 1, I believe. Sunday Cruddy Sunday's on here. Love that episode as well. Was that the episode where, shout out to what was GLL or QLL, I don't know. Sunday Bloody Sunday, Sunday Cruddy Sunday. I'm quoting U2 songs here. Sunday Cruddy Sunday. I swear that was the episode where Smashing Pumpkins appeared, but I can't be certain. That was a different one. I don't fucking know. That was a good episode though, regardless. All I know is when The Simpsons was still good. I don't like Modern Simpsons. If you like Modern Simpsons, that's cool, but doesn't do much for me anymore. Only Fools and Horses Season 4. Great season. And Season 3. This has probably the best episode run of any Only Fools and Horses season. It was also the last one with Grandad. This little dude right here. Before Uncle Albert took over. Skins Season 3, a great season of Skins. Some people only like the first 2 seasons. I really like Season 3 as well. I mentioned earlier I have Season 4. That's the last okay season before the show didn't interest me at all. So that's cool. If you like the last 2 seasons of Skins, that's cool. But I more or less didn't. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I have all the classic Indiana Jones stuff. I refuse to believe anything after the first 3 is Indiana Jones. I can't even remember the name of the 4th one. I didn't like it. Terrible. I only like the first 3. I refuse to even watch the new one after the 4th one. I honestly can't even remember the name of the 4th one. I couldn't stand it. But Last Crusade is the last Indiana Jones film in my book. I don't like the modern ones at all. Can't stress that enough. How much I hate the modern Indiana Jones and only like the classics. But I love the classics. Raiders of the Lost Ark specifically, one of my favourite films ever, and I have it here somewhere, but it's one of the best films ever made by anyone. It's right there. It's right there. One of my favourite films ever put to disc. The Big Lebowski, another one of my favourite films. A bit of a different vibe to Indiana Jones, but great film for sure. Arrested Development Season 1, fantastic comedy. Got into this year, and I loved it. Right from the get-go. Some more classic Futurama. season's this? And it's not even got Futurama in it. It's got Frasier on the disc, which I don't like. I don't like Frasier. So I'm probably going to throw that one away. I got it from a charity shop. So Only Fools and Horses season 6, the one with the famous blow up dolls episode. Great season, along with season 3. This is probably my favorite season. Season 7 as well. They're probably like my top 3 seasons of the show. And talking of favorite seasons, my favorite season of Big Bang Theory, the 4th season, closely followed by the 5th season, but I still think season 4 is the best that the show ever did. Love season 4. This is my favorite season of Big Bang Theory from start to finish. So, yeah, moving on with Mrs. Brown's Boys, we have the 2nd season. I thought it was 2nd season. No comment. She's very beautiful. She's very beautiful, my friend Penny. Yeah, Kaylee Cuoco, the actor. Yeah, she was very pretty for sure. Mrs. Brown's Boys, season 2. Split, great film about an absolute nutcase. This was actually the 2nd film of a trilogy. You had Unbreakable, then this one, then Glass. I didn't like Glass, and I never watched Unbreakable, but then you had Split right in between. This film's a masterpiece, and I may put it aside to watch later because it's one of my favourite films of all time. But yeah, Kaylee Cuoco, very attractive woman for sure. Yeah, Glass was awful. Glass was goddamn awful. I can't stress how bad that film was. More season 4 stuff of Futurama, which have Futurama in this time and not fucking Frasier. Season 4 Futurama. All these episodes are good. So Merlin, another message held for review. Yes, I do have autism. Why? A Merlin DVD, which my brother got me for Christmas one year. Yeah, I've seen Stuart Little many years ago, and the 2nd one as well. So this was a show that I used to be obsessed with, How I Met Your Mother, season 3. I don't watch it as much anymore, but I did enjoy. I've heard of it, yeah. I really don't know why you're asking me that. Okay, if this guy carries on with the weird questions, he's going to get removed as well. So, she first warn him. How I Met Your Mother season 3. Skin season 2. So this was actually, fuck this. I'm removing this guy. Actually, I'm removing both of them. They're weird. Fucking bullies. Asking me weird questions, man. Just don't need it, especially this close to Christmas. If you're going to bully me, piss off. I don't need it. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Excuse my little outburst, but I'm not having it this close to Christmas. If you're going to come on here and start fucking picking on me, fuck off. Pick on someone else. I'm not putting up with it. I'm sorry, but I'm taking that off. I'm taking that channel off for bullying me. Not this close to Christmas. Thank you. Skins 2nd season. God, why can't people just leave people alone? I tell you what, if those people are subscribed to my channel, they better unsubscribe right now because I don't need them on this platform. Coming on here, bullying people, I don't need it. Not close to Christmas, not ever. Just leave people alone. I really don't respect that in people. I don't go out my way to bully people, so I don't expect them to do it to me. Gavin and Stacey season 2. Gavin and Stacey season 1. I love Gavin and Stacey. I watched the Christmas special. They came back in 2019. I liked it, but I prefer the earlier ones. Gavin and Stacey's Christmas special from 2008, the original one. Spider-Man 3, one of the best Spider-Man films. We don't have too many to go through. God, those people make me sick. They're asking me them questions. God. Shrek the Third, amazing film. One of my favourite Shrek films. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. My favourite Harry Potter film. I was going to say one of my favourites, but it's my favourite. Flushed Away. Great film. Peaky Blinders Season 4. Still haven't finished the show yet, but it's an absolute masterpiece that I still need to finish. Peep Show Season 2. Great British comedy that I finished during COVID. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, 1-disc edition. One of my favourite Harry Potter films. Another copy that I own of Gladiator. Debating, is this my favourite Pirates of the Caribbean film? Yeah, probably. Along with the second one, Dead Man's Chest. One of my favourite Pirates of the Caribbean films. Shallow Hal, one of my favourite comedy films of all time. Fantastic film. Very cleverly written as well. Like you've got to see it. You've got to see it. Game of Thrones Season 8. I have some more Game of Thrones stuff. I only recently picked this up as I still need to finish the 8th season of Game of Thrones. I loved the first 7, but Season 8 of Game of Thrones, I'm still pissed off at those bullies, so bear with me. But Game of Thrones Season 8, I didn't really like that much, but I still want to watch it as it completes the whole story. I loved the first 7, but Season 8 didn't seem very interesting to me at all. But I still watch it, and it's going in the watch pile. And another copy of Curse of the Black Pearl. So I'm quite nerdy with films I love, so that's why I have 2 copies of this one and then several other ones. Plus, I forget which ones I have and don't have. And Harry Potter, Order of the Phoenix, along with Half-Blood Prince DVD set, which only has Order of Phoenix in and is missing Half-Blood Prince. But sometimes that's just how it goes with charity shops. But it's getting binned because it doesn't have them all in. And, funny I mentioned that, another copy of Half-Blood Prince. I know I showed off another copy earlier. Sorry if I'm still slurring my words, guys. I'm still pretty furious at them bullies. There's just no need for that. There's really no need. Another copy of Part 1 of Deathly Hallows. I showed off a copy of this earlier as well. Widescreen edition of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is my second favourite Harry Potter film. I do tend to prefer the earlier ones. But let me go through these cases that come with the earliest ones. Because I really like the packaging on these particular Harry Potter DVDs. If I can get it out of the goddamn case. If I can get it out of the goddamn case, that would be nice. See what I mean? Amazing. Look at that gatefold. I love it. Obviously, you have the film and the special features and a little booklet thing advertising the PlayStation game, which I had many years ago. And it was fun. And then just some VHS DVDs. Advertisements for VHSs and DVDs at the time of this release. And if it will get back in the case, that would be nice. I haven't mentioned yet on the video, I also have Netflix running in the background on Practically Silent. Still Game. It's a Scottish comedy that I love. So I've been getting back into Netflix as I now pay for it monthly. I also recently got Spotify Premium. Been listening to tons of stuff. So I listen to mostly heavy metal. So I've been listening to Firion for symphonic and gothic, the symphonic and gothic metal band from Sweden. A lot of black metal, Zasfa, Leviathan, Forgotten Woods, Marduk, and then like tons of other stuff, whatever I fancy at the time. So yeah, Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, fantastic film. Fantastic film. One of the best they've ever done, in my eyes anyways. And I actually include this one in favourites, but I don't know why, because I kind of like this film, but I actually like the second one more, The Last Wish. But it is still a quality film, but I'll kind of put it in the other part for now. I have shown off I have all of the Friends seasons, but I've shown off the earliest ones that I own, as I don't like the later ones as much. I still like them, but I prefer the first 3 seasons of Friends. And some of season 4 as well, which I have, but as entire seasons, I like the first 3 seasons of Friends the best. So this is one of the season 3 DVDs. More season 3. My favourite season of Friends, along with the second one. I need to rewatch the 3rd season. It's my favourite. And then some of my season 2, well, my season 2 DVDs of Friends. I have season 1 somewhere, but I don't know where it's gone. So, moving back onto Game of Thrones. The season 1 and 2 box set. So this has all the discs in of season 1 and 2. Absolutely love this show, especially on its earliest years. Season 1 and 2, amazing. I have some more earlier ones in this style, but we'll get to them later. Well, it's only 1 disc. Well, I don't know why I'm saying them. 3rd season of Skins, already shown you this earlier in the video, so I don't need to go over that again. The 8th season of Big Bang Theory. It's, at the moment, the most modern one I own. I did have the big box set that I showed off in one of my earliest videos on YouTube, but I got rid of that as I went through quite a habit of heavy drinking, so sold that for whatever reason, because I was stupid at the time, you know. I'm not going to insult myself right here. And some classic Simpsons, some more classic Simpsons. I showed some off earlier. Let me double check if I'm all up to date. Yeah, I've seen all these episodes. This has the amazing Monorail episode on it, Marge versus the Monorail, and Bart versus Australia was one of my favourites as well. That is definitely going into the watch pile to watch, to rewatch. The first Shrek film, classic, iconic film. Know it word for word. Never too old for a bit of Shrek from time to time. Love it. Same with this film, Finding Nemo. One of the best films in Disney. Love it. Great film. Still love watching it if the mood fits. Fantastic film. Family Guy season 10. A really good season of Family Guy still. I do love the earliest ones more, but season 10 still has some good gems on it, and it's a really good season. It also includes as a bonus feature, which I thought was awesome, the American Dad Tearjerker episode. One of the best American Dad episodes, and I may actually rewatch this DVD just for the Tearjerker bonus episode, because I love that episode of American Dad. Love it. Love, love, love it. Excuse me. Family Guy season 9. One of the best seasons of Family Guy. Some firms consider this to be start of the decline. I disagree. I think season 9 still had a lot of great episodes, including Three Kings, which is one of my absolute favourites, and Peter's Progress, and We Love You, Conrad, and Stu Rods as well. Stu Rods is great. Not All Dogs Go to Heaven. A lot of great episodes. Front to back on here, great. Season 8, which is top 4, top 3 season Family Guy seasons. Great. Front to back. This one as well, Family Guy, Freaking Sweet Christmas. I don't know what episodes are even on here, but it's just a load of like random ones. Oh, When You Wish Upon a Weinstein. Great episode. Weinstein, I don't know. Family Guy season 11. This was kind of when Family Guy went through a weird phase, like with season 11 to 14. It's okay, but it was kind of when they went through a decline. Luckily, some of the seasons after are a bit better, but they're still solid enough. But it was when Family Guy really started to hit the pan for a while, but still okay and worth having in the collection. Skins first season. Skins is a classic. It's actually on Netflix, the whole thing. So, Gavin and Stacey season 3, the last season of the original run of Gavin and Stacey, and probably my favourite season of Gavin and Stacey. Has a lot of funny ones on it. Worth watching for sure. Definitely worth to watch. Back to the Future, one of my favourite films of all time. Enough said. I do like the sequels as well. Back to the Future 2 is very good. Nearly as good as the first one. And Back to the Future 3 is good, but not great. But this one along with the second one are amazing. Third one's okay, but this one's my favourite, the trilogy. First season of Game of Thrones. Classic. Where it all started, where the show started in the first place. Big Bang Theory. Talking of where the show started, we have the first 3 seasons on DVDs. Seasons 1 to 3. All the discs inside here. But yeah, 1 to 3. Some of the best seasons of Big Bang Theory right here. Season 7 already showed off another DVD of Season 7, but there's another one. Why not? SpongeBob double pack with The Big Wave, which honestly I think was one of the last good episodes of SpongeBob. I don't like the modern stuff, and that's probably about as far as I go regarding SpongeBob. Has a couple of other ones, but I only really bought it for The Big Wave, the main episode, along with the movie, which I love SpongeBob movie. So, Toy Story 2, great film. I enjoy putting it on from time to time. Nostalgic, that's for sure. Great film right here. Easy watching. Only Fools and Horses dates. Classic episode. One of the best they've ever done. Love. Ghostbusters double set of the first 2 Ghostbusters films. This was the true Ghostbusters in my opinion. I did enjoy Afterlife. I didn't enjoy the 2016 one at all, but I did enjoy Afterlife, and I haven't yet watched Frozen Empire, the second one, but I would like to see it. But this is the true Ghostbusters, the original 2. The absolute best Ghostbusters they've ever done. For me, anyway. Family Guy Season 5. I go between this and Season 4, which is my favourite season. But today I think I'm going to go for Season 5 as being my favourite season. They're very close, though, and I love Season 4 just about as much as Season 5 of Family Guy. Some more classic SpongeBob DVDs, Lost at Sea and Tales from the Deep. Among the first 2 I ever bought, along with Hide and Seek, which I showed earlier. Amazing. Classic. All classics on here. Only Fools and Horses. All the Best Volume 2. Some absolute masterpieces on here, including Thicker Than Water, one of the early Christmas specials. One of my absolute favourite episodes of the show, Thicker Than Water. An underrated episode of the show. Usually when people ask for favourites, it's like The Longest Night or Jolly Boys Outing, or, you know, one of the slightly more popular, Touch of Glass. But Thicker Than Water is one of the most underrated, so I had to show that one off as well. Family Guy Season 4. I'll go between this and Season 5 as my favourite. Even Season 6 on Sundays, but Season 4 and 5 is peak Family Guy. Absolute peak Family Guy. But Season 3 is no slouch either. And the step up in quality from Seasons 1 and 2 to this was huge. Like, even if you look by an animation standpoint, it looked better. The story writing was better. Everything about Season 3 is a huge step up from the first 2. I love Season 3. Game of Thrones Season 3 and 4. This was absolutely peak Game of Thrones for me, especially Season 4. About as good as Game of Thrones ever got for me on these 2 seasons. They're all good, although up to season 7. I'm dreading watching season 8, but I will still watch it. But I'm not excited, as I didn't like season 8 from what I saw. Back to the Future, another disc of Back to the Future, because I forget what I buy sometimes and I end up buying the same thing. And an advert just went on Netflix. First 2 Transformers. I need to get Dark of the Moon again as well, which I like, but to a slight less extent. I still think this is the best Transformers, and I like this one. And Dark of the Moon. The 2014 Mark Wahlberg one, which I forgot the name of because it really don't interest me. Didn't like that one. Absolutely couldn't stand it. Way too long, and it took too long to get to the story. I felt the same way about the new one, Rise of the Beast. Maybe it was a little better, but it just weren't for me. I like the first 3. Last Night seemed like a bit of return to form, but this is the Transformers I like, along with Dark of the Moon. Blade, the original Blade, classic. Enough said. Smallville season 2. Breaking Bad season 3. One of my favourite shows of all time, along with Game of Thrones. The first season of Smallville as well. I love the earliest Smallville stuff. I did have season 3 as well. I have season 4 as well, but I don't consider it like peak Smallville, which I also do season 3, which I currently don't know. IT Crowd season 2. I got into this through the pandemic. I think it's a great comedy. Very nerdy. It's kind of like British Big Bang Theory. It's great just to switch off to, and it's easy going. It's easy watching for sure. Family Guys, season 13. So this was part of the era where the show was just going with emotions. It was okay. It was nothing special, but it's watchable still, and it's worth having in the collection, even if it doesn't live up to those great early seasons. So more of these Big Bang Theory chunky sets. Season 4 to 6. So season 4 is my favourite season. Season 5 is my second season. And season 6 is probably my third season. So this was the absolute peak of Big Bang Theory in my eyes. Maybe along with seasons 2 and 3 as well. But yeah, this was peak Big Bang Theory. For me, anyway. Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Only Fools and Horses season 2. This has the famous A Touch of Glass episode. With several others that are very good as well, but especially the episode A Touch of Glass, which is famous for a reason. Go out and watch it if you haven't, if you're a fan of the show. Absolutely would recommend. Some more classic Simpsons, The Dark Secrets of the Simpsons. I believe that's the 2 characters from the X-Files, because I believe that's the episode. Yeah, the X-Files, Mulder and Scully, I was going to say. From the episode The Springfield Files, which is pretty good from what I remember. What year did that episode air? I was going to say that episode come out in 1996 by the looks of things. Yeah, that was a good episode of The Simpsons. A pretty underrated one that people tend to forget about. And one of my favourite films of all time right here. Indiana Jones, The Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about my copy of Temple of Doom and Last Crusade, how I only consider the first 3 the true Indiana Jones. I despise the 4th one. I thought it was cheesy. I thought it was awful. So I haven't watched the 5th one yet. I didn't like the 4th, so let me know if the 5th one's better if you're watching this video. But I didn't like the 4th one. I can't even remember its name. That's how much I didn't like it. Futurama's Monster Robot Maniac Fun Collection. Just lots of random good ones on here, like Heller's Other Robots. Amazing episode. Anthology of Interest number 1. Roswell That Ends Well is a great episode. And The Sting. So this has loads of the earliest ones. I mentioned earlier that I like the first 4 seasons of Futurama and the 3 movies, and that's just about it. I respect what they went for later, but I feel like they started to drag it on a little bit as they went on with all these remakes. They're on the second remake now. They brought it back in 2010, and then they brought it back again last year. And it just seems to me like they're just trying to cash grab or whatever. Like the heart and soul in it that once was in the show. You could say that about a lot of classic cartoons that have just been stretched on, you know. Futurama's first season disc 1 and Futurama's first season disc 2, I believe. So yeah, just a lot of random stuff, and favourites of mine in the collection. Thank you all for watching, for whoever's tuned in. Absolutely despicable that people would make such nasty comments, like those people did earlier, but I can't let them get me down. And I appreciate whoever tuned in and remain respectful. So thank you all for watching. Till next time.